The first major tab you'll see on this research guide for CSM 462 is Company Research. The first section of this tab is Questions to Ask, and these are various factors you're going to investigate when you're doing some company research. Information about the company, such as what is the full and proper company name? What's the firm's reputation? What's the size of the firm? You'll want information about the history, philosophy, and mission of the company, such as when was it established? What type of product or service does that company provide? How stable is the company? Is it profitable? Is the company public or private? Does the company have any divisions or subsidiaries? Who are the CEO and president and other officers of the company? These are all questions you should explore as you're looking at your company that you've chosen. The next section of the page is pretty self-explanatory. There are just a couple of basic definitions you'll need to understand as you begin your company research. The first is public versus private company. The big difference is that public companies sell stock to the general public, so you can find out a lot more information about a publicly owned and traded company than you can about a smaller private company. It's important to remember that even if a company is very large, and if it's private, it can still be very difficult to find out information about that private company. Next, you have the difference of parent versus subsidiary. Many large companies own all or part of other companies. So if you're researching something that's actually a subsidiary of something larger, you're probably going to have to find out who the parent corporation is to get detailed financial statements and other information about the parent company, as it will apply in some cases to the subsidiary. This next segment of the tutorial will feature different resources for finding information about a company. Each resource is a little different, so be sure to check each one. And remember, the amount of information you're going to find about a company will vary. A public company will have more information than a private one. A large company may have more information than a smaller one. Use as many resources as possible to find out as much as you can. If you can't find information in one resource, then another one. This segment will search one company in several resources so that you can see the differences. The example we will use is Regions, or more specifically, Regions Financial Corporation. The database Hoover's Online is a nice place to start your company research because it provides very nice overviews, or what I like to call snapshots of the company. Let's take a look at what this resource has to offer. If we click on the link for Hoover's, we get a basic search box here. So I'm going to type in Regions Financial, and it comes up right here. So I'm going to click on that link, and you can see we literally have a nice snapshot here with company description, key information, some rankings, key people, key financials, some history, and news and press releases. And notice at the top there are links to about this company, such as a company overview, description and history, a financial summary, their cash flow, SEC filings. We have news and press, information about products and operations, who the competitors are, what landscape they're working in, and some companies that might be some key competitors here. So Hoover's is a very good place to start your research, especially if you want to get a history of the company, and it's a very chatty kind of readable information about this company. Mergent Online is perhaps the most detailed of all of these databases that I have here. Let's click on it to find out how it works. The first thing we want to do is we're looking for Regions Financial, so we know that it's an active U.S. company. So I'm going to unclick these inactive ones and the international ones, and I'm going to type in Regions Financial, and it pops up here, so I'll click on the link. And you can see here at the top we have company details as well as other tabs such as executives, ownership, company financials, equity pricing, various reports, filings, news, and competitors. And under each one of these tabs that you click on, for example, we're under company details, there are little breakdowns of information. So on company details, we've got a synopsis, highlights, history, property, subsidiary, long-term debt, and capital stock, and business segments. So as you can see, it's a very detailed database that's going to take some time to explore. Let's take a look at the reports. This is a nice area because it has links to annual reports, various industry reports, and some equity reports. They also have some important SEC filings. We see here the link to the 10K that's required. Under company financials, we have a flow sheet here. Executives, officers, directors, and various committees, and also a link to the website. So again, a very detailed resource for information, and if you can find information on your company in Mergence, I strongly encourage you to use it because it will have the most information of all these databases. Business and Company Resource Center is another resource on this list that you should take a look at. The default is Company Search, which is what you want. So, Regions, Financial, and Search. We click on the link, and you can get a brief overview on this main page here. On the left hand side, you see you can get articles about the company related to financial data, legal issues, management, operations and technology, and lots more. At the top we have various tabs. We have news and magazine articles, history, investment reports, financials, company rankings, and an industry overview. And they also have a link to a strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats report. So this is another resource that's worth exploring. Again, the larger the company you have, the more information you're going to find about it. The database Business Source Premier has an option to select company profiles to get a profile for your company. Many profiles contain a SWOT analysis, and SWOT represents strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats for that company. Let's take a look to see how this resource works. If we click on the link, we want to click on Browse Company Profiles. And we'll just type in Regions, Financial, and hit the Browse button. And you'll see it's at the top of the list here. If I click on Regions Financial Corporation, I get an address and some basic information about the company. But what we're interested in is this Data Monitor report. If I click on the PDF, we get a multi-page Data Monitor report that was published within the last year, and it provides a company overview, some key facts, a business description, history, key employees, some biographies, products and services, information about revenue, the SWOT analysis, top competitors, company view, and locations and subsidiaries. So you can see that Business Source Premier and the company profiles are one more piece of information that you can use to compile your company research. Reference USA is the last resource we have listed on this page. It's basically an online directory, or it's like a Yellow Pages, and it has 12 million businesses. it's really easy to create a customized search form to generate lists of companies, and this can be good for finding information out however little you find about very small private companies, even if it's just an address, a web address, and the name of a CEO. So if we go to Reference USA, for our purposes we want US businesses. You can search international businesses by going here to OneSource. I'm going to click on US businesses and type in the company name. And because this has so many businesses listed, I'm going to go ahead and type in Birmingham so that I can get a smaller list. And I click the View Results buttons. And already you see we have two separate companies listed here, which has never happened in any of the other resources. So we want to go down here to Regions Financial Corp because we're not looking at their Equipment Finance Corporation. And we come up with quick links on the left, brands and products, nearby businesses, historical data, their business expenditures, a management directory, business demographics, which could be interesting, industry profile, and a business profile. A link to their website. And if we scroll down to the bottom, we can expand things such as this UCC filings. And we get that information there. Historical data, etc. As you can see, there are differences among all the resources that are featured on this company resource page. It's important that you explore each one of them to put together a piece of information about the company you're exploring. And remember, if it's a large public company, you're more likely to find a lot of information as opposed to a small private company, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to find at least something in an example like Reference USA or articles in something like Business Source Premier. This concludes the section about company research. If you have any questions about this guide, please contact me at pmorgan@ua.edu.